I get it. So what I'm saying is that you have to decide why you're doing it, why you're doing what you're doing. I mean, I really believe the true
What?
heart of an artist is a person who creates something not because they have an agenda, but because they have to.
But honestly, I believe that artistism, whatever, I don't even know if that's a word, but look, I believe that we all start with ourselves. When we make ourselves happy, we can make others happy. And that's what it's about. As long as you're happy with yourself, you tend to, and I did the observations, I did the research without doing the research. When you're when you're happy, excuse me, you tend to make others happy. If you're enjoying your day, others tend to enjoy their day around you. You feed off of like what, the butterfly effect or some shit. You know, there is a
Well,
true
we're definitely
effect.
all connected.
But if you weren't happy and you were a grouch and you were angry that day,
You affect everything around you.
you kind of feed off that negativity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like in my family, we call my mother Negative Nancy. Her name Nancy. You feel me? Her name really Bobby, but her name Nancy. But I feel like once you find yourself, you can actually help someone else. And that's what it's all about. It ain't even about you at the end of the day, like how you've been telling me all night. It's not always about you. It's not always about you. When I love myself enough and I figure out that it's not always about me, that's when I can just enjoy the world and everyone can enjoy me and my surrounding and what I bring to this world. It's like everybody brings something to it's a melting pot.
Well, that's what chopping it up is all about. One day I woke up and I looked around me. I'm sitting on the
Tell
bus.
me about this.
Yeah, I'm sitting on the bus and I'm looking around me and I'm like,
What?
some of these people talk crazy, but they're sincere about whatever they believe, and some of them actually speak with eloquence about what they believe.
Interesting.
And so I began to listen to people, and then I met this kid. I want to give a shout out to my man Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh.
You know Gilgamesh?
I don't. But go ahead.
He's a rapper here in town.
Wow.
Of a light skinned rapper. That's what I call him.
You look light skinned to me, Daddy.
Yeah, he's like Blanco white.
Oh, lighter than you?
Yeah, Blanco.
I'm dark skinned.
Yeah, call him Güero.
Güero Canero. I'm
Güero.
just saying. Go ahead.
So Gilgamesh and I met up with Gilgamesh at Iron Horse Park.
Wow.
And over the course of meeting up with him a couple, 2-3 times walking through Iron Horse Park, I broke it down to him and I told him exactly what I said, right?
What?
What I just told you, that, I'm looking around and
we're all together connected.
And some people, if you drop your prejudice about people, sometimes
true.
even like a babbling dude will say, like, there'll be gems that come out of his mouth. And if you listen, you'll hear like the gems.
Yeah.
And I was telling Gilgamesh, it's like eating fish. Eat the meat, throw away the bone.
That's true.
Eat the meat,
some people
throw
eat
away
the bone though.
But eat the
at
meat,
least the tail.
throw away the bone, right?
Country.
And that's how you listen to people.
Yeah.
That's how you listen to people.
How? Tell me, because I need to learn.
I just told you.
I really need to learn how to listen.
Eat the meat. Listen to motherfuckers and try to find the meat, the shit that tastes good to you.
Ooh, I get you.
And throw away the bone.
Bam. You can't take everything, because then you wouldn't be you.
Unless they all meat. Some motherfuckers is deep like that. But you got to learn to eat the meat and throw away the bone. Where people get into trouble is that
2 ears, 1 mouth. Yeah, that's tight. That's deep. That's cool. So that's how you came up with that. But still, I don't get how.
So there's the next step. So I'm sitting in Iron Horse Park with Gilgamesh, who I know is a rapper and everything, and I go, Gil, why don't you let me interview you? You'll be the first guy I interview.
For your show?
For my show. And he goes,
I wish I was the first.
And check this out. Because he's the one actually who helped me come up with the name Chopping It Up. Because he goes like this to me. He goes, all right, man.
Wow.
He goes, all right, man. He goes, look, let's go chop it up. And I said, you know what, Gil?
That's a Tucson
and
thing.
Right there I said, Gil, and that's what we're going to call it.
That's so
Chopping
funny
it up.
because that's a Tucson thing.
That's how it went down. That's how.
I don't really hear that from nowhere.
That's how
else.
Chopping
Do
It
you?
Up. No, not really.
That's a Tucson thing.
It's a Tucson like jailhouse thing. Chopping it up.
Essay thing.
Yeah.
You know our culture is Hispanic, even though we're Tucsonans and we're black.
Chopping it up.
We're Hispanic American, Black Americans.
So check this out.
They call me Senorita.
Did you catch?
Down south.
Did you catch how Chopping It Up got made?
Hell yeah.
I just broke it down
Say
for
it
you.
again, yeah. Dude
I
said, let's go chop it up.
He said, let's go chop it up. And we were about to go on over there to the you know, in our
and
park.
you said that moment.
And I said, and I looked at him right then and there. Right then and there, I said, you know what? And that's what we're going to call it.
Hell no.
Chopping it up.
Just meeting someone and you came up with this show.
And we sat down.
Hell no.
And we sat down.
This story needs to be heard.
Check this out.
It's called Oprah.
Here's the problem, though. I'm going to tell you, there's a problem with the story.
Oprah.
There's a problem with the story because we sat down, and when we sat down, these other two kids from the neighborhood walked up, and they were artists of certain sorts.
Wow.
So I told them about my idea.
In Tucson, Arizona.
This happened in Iron Horse Park about 2 years ago.
You know there's no Tucson rappers ever on the map?
One. And I can't remember his name.
There's none.
Anyway, listen
there
to me.
might be one. You're knowledgeable.
Listen to me. And the problem is I didn't keep that recording.
There is one Arizona rapper. You are right. You didn't keep that recording?
I didn't keep that
it's all
recording.
good. We're going to find him.
But no.
We're going to find him one day.
Are you talking about Gilgamesh? He's like, he's following me on, what you call it? I follow him on Instagram. I'm still in contact with my brother.
Okay.
That's my brother,
Then why you worried about the recording? Oh, because it was your first ever.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
That was your baby.
That would have been cool.
That was your newborn.
Not so much that. It would have been cool as a historical record.
That's awesome.
You know, if I could have
that would be an artifact.
That would be a nice artifact. But, that's cool because I still have the story.
You do. You can't. Stories are something you can't buy. You can't sell. You
and
can't
because
give.
Because of you, I just got my show. I think I'm going to be the interview for next week. I think
you
I'm
should.
going to tell
I
people.
interviewed your ass.
You
were supposed to interview me.
I know. I think I'm going to tell people.
Problem.
I think I'm going to tell people why I do Chopping It Up.
You
and
should.
I just did.
You
I just
should.
tell them how it
you
happened.
Did.
And
you presented that, baby.
Yeah.
Because it's awesome. I'm down for chopping it up.
Yeah.
That's a Tucson thing.
So
that's your thing.
Right. And
that's what you do.
So right then and there, I went on the mission 2 years ago. I said,
2 years?
It's been 2 years.
It's a baby. This is new.
Yeah. So.
Oh, this is great.
So I went on the mission and I started interviewing just the local street kids.
You interviewed a lot of people already.
Check it out. My second or third interview was a guy, Montez man. He used to sell his CDs out around Iron Horse Park of his rap. I would like to play his music for you and maybe even let you listen to
that would be awesome.
The first interviews I've ever done for Chopping It Up.
That would be awesome.
He's got a really cool rap song that he did right into the phone.
Oh, it's right there. We're recording.
Oh, that's right.
Awesome though. That's awesome.
Yeah, I can download it for you, Montez man.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the restroom.
Yeah, do the restroom.
On your show, put the music on right then and there. You know what I mean? That's
I'm
a
gonna
good interview though.
I'm gonna go ahead.